Oh, okay, I guess we're filming. I hate this angle, I really do. But we're just gonna go. We're gonna go. Okay. Hey y'all, what's up? It's Kiara. That's what we're gonna go with. We're just gonna go. We're gonna start. We're gonna go. I'm filming on a different camera. I'm filming on my phone because my other camera, the sound was just... I had it for several years. And even when I bought it, it wasn't the newest model. But look at my rings. Okay, anyway. I just got... Also, I got my hair locked yesterday. Ooh. Yes, got it locked. So I know it looks like twists right now because it is. It is twists and it's gonna lock up. So anyway, we'll be on that journey together. Look at my background. Smell Madada, absolutely. And then random black Funko sodas that I have because I'm filming this in Black History Month. So let me get into why I'm doing this video. And today we are going to be talking about my book. This is a African YA novel about the Orisha of Africa, and we follow Kiana on her journey through growing through her experiences. I don't want to give too much away again because I'm trying to push my book, y'all. It's hard out here being a self-published author because nobody's advertising your book for you, and you're gonna have to do that, and you're gonna have to pay for that. Isn't that crazy? So today we're going to be talking about, I thought it'd be fun to talk about my book chapter titles because almost every chapter title in my first book is a song lyric of some sort because I love music. I listen to music. If you had to take everything away in my life and you wanted to take away music and you wanted to take away music, it would hurt me deeply. It'd be concerning how fast I would deteriorate. So I created, of course, I created an entire playlist for this book. They were the songs that I thought fit the vibe of the book or fit a vibe of the character I was trying to get into. So I think when I wrote most of these titles, I was either halfway through a chapter and I was like, ooh, this is the title, or I set the title to be the tone for the chapter. So it's very connected, very connected. I have trauma from filming on a camera that didn't have any space. So I'm so scared that this is gonna run out of space on my phone, and it's a new phone, so I don't know. So I'm gonna try to slow down. I know I'd be going fast, but it's because I used to have to be like this because that camera said, girl, your time is up. Okay. So this book has like a pre-intro. It's not the intro. It's like the thing that comes before the intro, and I didn't name it, and I don't quite know what that would be, so that's what we're starting with. And I have my glasses on so I can see. I'm reading off my screen. So the pre-intro was Searching for a Distant River from the song Like a Tattoo by Sade. In some of these titles, I slightly changed the words to fit more to make sense rather than, I know these aren't like the exact lyrics sometimes, so don't fight me about it, please. So when we're introduced to Kiana, she's split between herself. We get a brief peek of this as readers in this little excerpt type thing, but we don't really know it yet. We'll know later in the book, and we'll be like, oh, well, now you'll know because you're watching this video. And she's wading through the depths of her mind, and she's struggling to make sense of it all. And the reason why I chose this song was because this song has an obvious hauntingness to it, I feel. If I'm not mistaken, this song is like focused on an individual that is essentially having to come to terms with the actions that they've taken in their life and actions that may have gone against their core values, their core beliefs, and realizing that, yes, I've done these things and I can't really do anything to change what I've done, but I'm still remorseful and wanting to... Oh, I got 20 minutes. It just showed up and told me I got 20 minutes. Okay, girl. Thank you for telling me that. Wow. And so I really thought that this connected with Kiana because, like I said, as we go into the book, you'll realize that she's sort of feeling this as well, realizing that I've done things in the past that I'm not proud of, but I can't necessarily change them. And how are you going to move forward with that? And I thought that that was really great. So the next thing is the introduction, and it's called Queen Tings. Honestly, there is no song for this. I think this is the only chapter title that does not have a song connected to it, but I will say it reminds me of Naomi Scott because in the Power Rangers 2017 press junket, if y'all was here, first of all, I'm a day one Naomi Scott stan. Lemonade Mouth, Terra Nova days. Yeah, y'all, were you there Tell me if you were there. So during the press junket, her and Becky G did like this British slang thing, and they were like, "Oh, paintings. What's a ting?" And it's, you know, anyway. So every time I say Queen Tings, I think of Naomi Scott. Love you, Queen. Okay, so now we're gonna go to chapter 1. So chapter 1's title is "Found My Way Back." Obviously, it's from "Find My Way Back," Beyonce, from The Gift. And honestly, this first chapter, we hit the ground running. We immediately get into setting up the big reveal, or at least the big reveal for the first half of this book. There was so much material for me to cover that there truly was no time for me to waste. And so I wanted to take the reader on a little journey into the inner workings of Kiana's mind, our main girly, and before we scrambled it beyond recognition. I think I did that well. I also wanted to give an opportunity to introduce our other key characters who would become, you know, a sort of foundation for our main girly. We see Kiana attempting to navigate her world on her own, as one always does. Not necessarily the best feeling to know. She needs a support system. And as the song suggests, at a certain point, your parents stop being with you every step of the way, every day, and you kind of have to take what they've taught you and navigate the world on your own. And it's a lot more difficult than maybe we might think. And I'm sure some of you all, similar, like, you know, mid-20s, early to late 20s, I'm sure you understand that, like, trying to navigate the world a bit on your own, or at least more on your own than you did previously, is not as easy as they made it seem on the Disney Channel and such. But we also see her learning that she doesn't have to do everything on her own. She, like I said before, she has a support system, so she can definitely tap into that, but it's also you having to know when you need to do that. And through this particular lesson, we see her definitely need a few refreshers on that reminder and on some of these life lessons for sure. So sometimes I'll be there. Chapter 2 is Sometimes I'll Be There, parentheses, you can stay. And this is from Sometimes I'll Be There by the Naked Brothers Band, if y'all don't know. The Naked Brothers Band? Hold on. Y'all, do you understand how deep it goes for me? Do you understand how deep this goes for me? Naked Brothers Band is like, that was like my core from like 2nd grade to like 4th grade. That was my core. This is real music right here in terms of like, what I'm not even gonna get into it. Listen to Naked Brothers Band, spin that discography. I know Nat and Alex still make music. I need to do better about listening to it, but this is like my bread and butter. Do you hear me? Anyway, so this song is a ball of contradictions. You're telling someone to leave you alone, you're pushing them away constantly, while in the same breath you're begging them to never leave your side. And it feels like you're expressing to them, can't you see that I always want you here? And I feel like it's the battle you have when you have like detachment or attachment issues, or really highlighting what I wanted to highlight in Kiana's character in this chapter, wanting that closeness while simultaneously fearing it, knowing that in the end it could be your undoing. And we watch Kiana struggle in this chapter with her interpersonal relationships, trying to reconnect and repair some while choosing to remain distant with others. But in that, she also recognizes that the two should not coexist. And she is regressing while simultaneously progressing, meaning that she is stagnant in her growth as a person. So she is constantly going back and forth without actually moving forward or backward, and that's where we see her in this chapter. And we also see Imani, who you would have met at this point also. I just have not mentioned her at all. We also see Imani struggle with this as well. She's trying to marry her current experiences with Rosina, who you also will have met by this point. I just have not mentioned her. And but also watch my previous video where I kind of give a little deep dive on each character. It's might be a little rough. So is this one. So this is my probably the thing that cracks me up every time I do it, because I just say this unironically all the time. Chapter 3 is let's play some basketball. National anthem, Fergie. And I put a question mark when I said national anthem because Fergie, you made some choices, girl. That was I wrote, the first thing I wrote was real ones know what it is. And that truly is iconic. The reason why I chose this as the chapter title is because this, I feel like, is the embodiment of like this is like the embodiment of sheer girl bossing. The confidence in yourself that you have to do what Fergie did on that stage. In this chapter, we see a bit more into the basketball aspect of this story as well. Nothing too crazy, but we see a bit into it. Let's just say we spend a lot of time on the basketball court, and we see a bit of how Kiana's relationship with her injury is tied to this location. Okay. We'll see so much more about the team dynamics in later chapters if that's something that you're interested in and like the sports aspect of it all. Let me just tell you right now, I don't basketball. I did my best, so sorry. We'll also get some other developments in this chapter. No spoilers. Chapter 4, so I'm at 13 minutes. So chapter 4, whatever I've done, you deserve. Ready as I'll ever be from Tangled the series. Jeremy Jordan. Jeremy Jordan, Eden Espinosa. Do you hear me? Have you heard what I said? Okay. Yeah. So if you have not watched Tangled the series, you should watch it. It's not just a show for children, please. Don't let me be this person. That could be a separate video, but if you want to get into it. I chose this song. I'm reading from my laptop again. Please don't at me. I'm not gonna memorize all the stuff I wrote. So I chose this song because it is, for me, it is so deep. It's about this kid lost his father due to the recklessness of the actions of those in power, constantly ignoring the shouts and the cries and the pleas from the civilians, the common folk who they're supposed to be ruling over, and ignoring them at the expense of these people's lives, and you know, them having to deal with the repercussions of the people in power not necessarily caring about them enough to do anything or listen to them enough. So the opening lines of this song more or less encapsulate the feelings of this chapter. So Varian, who is the character in Tangled the series, knows he has gone past the point of no return, but he absolves himself of any wrongdoings as he feels his hand was essentially forced to do what he has done. And he doesn't mind being the villain in all of this because he feels that by doing what he has done, he has finally righted some of the wrongs done unto him and people in his similar position, as for example his father. If you know, you know. In the second verse, we get a glimpse of how Kiana feels in the latter half of the chapter, with Cassandra's character singing in a last-ditch effort to prove to her father that she is good enough, skilled enough to be trusted to lead the guard, something that she has essentially been trained to do her whole life up until this point, and he just has not entrusted her with this ability to do this. And we really see this with Kiana, her taking a leap to step into her mother's line of work, willing to venture out on her own despite their warranted concerns, but her ultimately being like, you trust me with this, and we're gonna see how that goes. So chapter 5, a crash of drums, a flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. That is from Any Dream Will Do, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I did that in 5th grade. It's fun. It's really fun. And this, I feel like this was a perfect song for this chapter because Kiana's life changes in the blink of an eye. I know that was a snap of a finger, but a blink of an eye. Is it even really that, honestly? By this point, we've gone on this journey with her. We've watched her take in her new reality bit by bit. And yet this moment in this chapter just shifts it all. We've kind of been breadcrumbed, and now it's just sort of like, actually, enough. Is this the straw that seemingly breaks the camel's back? And so what makes this moment so different? What do we see? What does she see? And that is really the turning point in Kiana's story, I feel, as the writer. But I could be wrong, y'all tell me. If you want to read the book, tell me. This is when we start to see her yearn for that easier life. The fantasy where any dream truly will do anything that is not what she is currently living. She's like, it has to be better than whatever is going on with my life. And though you, I, and Joseph know, dreams are not always what we expect them or want them to be. So Kiana will ultimately also learn this lesson, if that's not a spoiler. I don't think it is. I'm the writer. So end of part 1. Titles. Comment if you want to see part 2. Okay, great. So I had a contingency plan in case I ran out of time, which I'm at 17 minutes and 31 seconds. So honestly, I kind of speed ran through all of the chapter titles for the first half of this book. They're all in the same book. So I'm writing a second book right now currently, just to let y'all know, but I wrote the first book and split it into 2 parts just because that made more sense to me, because we kind of have a before and after, okay? And this is the before. This is the end of the before. So when I say that it kind of shifts everything, it shifts everything. I will do film another. I will be filming another half to this video, and usually most people would probably film it in the same day. I'm not going to do that. This background will likely be different by the time I film this second half. Please comment below what you all think of these chapter titles. What you think of these songs as well, if you've listened to any of them. What's your take on the song? I try not to go too in depth because I knew that I would gab. I knew that I would talk like I'm talking now. I tried to hold it back. Thank you so much for watching. Please go buy my book. I will put a picture up on the screen of where you can purchase my book, which will be Amazon. It is print to order, so you will get it quick, fast, and in a hurry. You can also order it on Kindle. It'll be $9. Paperback will be $16. I'm working on getting a hardcover done. I have to condense the book a bit. I will not be doing that. I'll probably just decrease the font size and see how that works. But please support my book. Link is in bio as well. Let me know what y'all think of it. If you do read it, let me know what you think of this video, of these chapter titles, of these songs. Please spread the word to your friends. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna see you in the next one. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but bye. In video. How do I end the video? Because I can start it like this, but how do I end it?